Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Citizen Sleeper 2 Starward Vector. And in the last episode, guys, despite the fact that Sleeper's body is breaking down, we were able to secure Oliveira's independence, attended a very cool party, and now we are here in the remains of Hexport, where it all began, trying to help out Cadet by finding some sort of evidence to save her. Now, we got a signal here at the ruined docks. Now, this radiation is starting to get higher and higher. We just got here. Seraphin says we should go here to the epicenter to find out what we need to find, but the docks are a very intriguing prospect. So, Naya's pretty much completely out of the mission right now. One more thing of stress and she is KO'd. So we're going to go ahead and call it a day here. And hopefully we'll be able to get this done. Okay, well, at least we have a guaranteed with Naya. Oh man, that is what I like to see. Alright, ruined docks. This is interface and endure. Don't even have to use our glitch to die, which is ideal. Might as well just use it because we can. And then push. And endure. We should have went ahead and did with that because that would have given us 3. But let's see what this is. That hissing on the open comms channel again. Could the survivor be close? Urgent. The broadcast echoes through your comms. Retrieval required. Conway network agents, please respond. You float beside Cadet, the two of you shocked to silence by the sight in front of you. Both of you have traced the ghost signal deep into the docks, all the time wondering if it might be the voice of a survivor. But you had not prepared yourself for this. In the corner of the docks, there's a nest of machines, a gathering of drones and motorized sleds, crane systems and docking clamps. A nest for the drone mind. Stop, please. The voice shimmers with distortion, relayed on the same carrier signal as the ghost broadcast. We wish to be recovered. You don't know the mechanics of what you're looking at, but you understand it. The drone mind fled here, but how? You exchange a look with Cadet, and she seems unsure of what to do. You switch your comm channel to the broadcast signal. We won't hurt you. Recovery requested. The drone mind's voice trembles with glitches. Confirm Conway extraction's role and identity. You wonder what this mind knows. Is it just an interface, designed to speak between humans and drones with the recognizable cadence of intelligent speech? Or is it a thinking machine? You hear a click as Cadet switches to a private channel. This thing is a weapon. Her voice is flat, unemotional. We should be careful what we say here. Confirm Conway extraction rules and identity. The drone mind intones. Please. We aren't Conway. There is a pause. You see Cadet tense. Please retreat. The nest shudders. Please retreat. Leave us here. Look. Cadet hisses through the private channel. It's hardwired to the station. You look where she's nodding and see a single thick power cable snaking from an industrial wall outlet. The nest is clustered around the other end, huddled close to the fading power supply at the station, like it's the dying embers of a fire. Urgent. The broadcast starts again. Retrieval required. Conway network agents, please respond. Cadet moves forward a little. I order you to deliver a report on your current status. This is a direct report from Conway Control. She turns back to you and shrugs. It's worth a shot. Confirmation impossible. Connection severed. The nest fades. then flickers back to life. Temporary bypass activated. Cognitive function, minimal. Power supply, minimal. Hardware, suboptimal configuration. No drone units connected. I am alone. The shift between communication registers between formal and human is unsettling. Code center compromised. Data extracted by third party. Self-destruct, disabled. Purge protocol, disabled. Parts of the nest fall away. The power draining faster as the drone mind attempts to draw more from the station. Please, the drone mind asked nonsensically. Please stop. Did you destroy the station? Cadet moves close now, bearing down on the nest. It's little more than a pile of broken machines, cowering in a corner as the power fades. Self-destruct attempted. Process failed. Hardware purge attempted. Process failed. Self-preservation protocol activated. Propagated through the station network. Station failed. Central failure imminent. Please stop. The machine in the nest begins to go dark. Please stop. Please stop. Cadet turns back to face you. It didn't do this. It tried, though. Tried to destroy itself and take the station with it. She turns back at the failing mind, hiding in machines it was not built to inhabit. It escaped into the network and ended up here. It isn't responsible. Responsible or not, that's enough. Cadet reaches over and rips the power cable from the wall, leaving it floating. The nest shuts off, the broadcast channel going silent. The bay goes dark. What was left of the drone mind, whatever protocol or data escaped into these machines in their network, it's gone now. There's no hardware left to hold it. Come on. Cadet glides out of the room, leaving you among the dead machines. Ooh. Brain scratch, meet the drone mind. Well, that was creepy. Okay, we got enough here that Naya can help out. Cool. And then engage, which is something that I can't do, but we will try anyway. Hey, with just a little bit of stress. Okay, halfway done with blast analysis. We should hopefully be able to get out of here fairly soon. We've got one more turn before the radiation. 3.6 Rotkin. Not great, not terrible. Another flicker in the dark before waking, and a numbness that follows soon after. You wake slowly and stare out at the flickering stars and the distant rocks of the belt. You let the thoughts of fear or panic wash over you. They pass like the soft dust of the belt, disappearing into darkness. You find yourself once more, as you do every morning, as you continue to do, cycle after cycle, until you can't. You wonder what part of you has changed, what system is failing. Your frame is silent, its complaints only felt in ambiguous sensations. The glitches seem random, unpredictable, but also inevitable. They will only increase in number, until you reboot yourself. But you do not know what lies beyond that. At least the glitches are dependably familiar. The reboot is anything but. Oh, we got 2 glitch cycle now. Alright, we need to get this done. Let's go. Our intuition is high, at least. Let's do it. What is it with the push? +1 stress? Okay. Hey! Good timing. And just enough to finish this out. Looking at the debris patterns of the remaining sections of station should indicate the nature of the explosion. Though Factory Row was destroyed, the explosion doesn't seem to have been from the inside out. The debris tells the story of Hexport's demise. You only need now know how to listen. You float in the pieces of what was once Factory Row. There's little way to see what these pieces once were, scattered and scorched as they are. You cannot assemble them back into that place in your mind, and the longer you've searched here, the more that this broken place has weakened your memory of when it was whole. But you've managed to put something together here, part of the story of Hexport's final moments. That story is told in the blast marks on the exterior plates, the patterns of debris, the materials and makeup of the station's remains. Beyond that, one other thing is remarkable. There aren't any bodies. It seems that Hexport had some warning. The lack of docked ships, the lack of mass casualties, though the explosion surely killed many, it all suggests a station that had time to react, to at least evacuate in part. And then there's the blast, an explosion that the evidence points to as coming from the outside of the station. It's hard to tell, as so much secondary damage was caused by debris and shrapnel, but the pattern is there if you look. Something catches your eye, and you look over to see Cadet arriving alongside you, studying the same debris as you. Just put it all together. The pieces come together. A moment of warning, an evacuation, then an external attack. The first causes the second. You know the drone mind was here, being scrapped for code and data, screaming for it to stop. And then something happened, something that its captors could not control. There was a crisis, rapid, panicked, and Hexport was killed for their crimes. It was a cover-up, wasn't it? Cadet has been watching you think through the evidence, and you see the flash of recognition in her eyes. They wanted to hide what happened here, what they were doing. It had to be Senatstad. Who else would sacrifice a station to remain hidden? You can see the anger in her eyes. This is why Hexport was destroyed. The drone mine got out, entered the network. Who knows what it might have done? Could have taken apart the station itself, overloading every system, opening every airlock? Was its drive towards self-destruction that strong? Someone didn't wait to find out. Its escape sealed the station's fate. In the end, there's only one conclusion. Those who brought the drone mine to Hexport, who dug into its code and systems while it was alive, they ended the station. The logic is cruel and cold, the kind that the vacuum of the Helion system allows. You find no comfort in knowing the truth. So that is everything. Okay, we need to go ahead and get out of here fast. Let's go ahead and use... Well, our intuition is high. Let's push. And get a supply. Okay, cool. Just make that a little bit easier for us to go. Let us get out of here. There's not much to celebrate on your return from the remains of Hexport. We have 2 glitches now. But you're glad to be here all the same. There's something surprising in that. Darkside is a haven, not a prison. The slowly occurring idea that this overgrown city is a home. As you've seen in Hexport, stability cannot be taken for granted. Not anywhere in the belt. But Darkside has a solidity in life that feels like it might endure. Cadet catches up with you. We need to talk. She looks around. But not here. Come, I have something I want to show you. Cadet leads you deep into the heart of Darkside, through quiet corners and bustling streets, on paths you didn't know existed. As you glide after her, the station seems to grow in your mind, its possibilities multiplied by the routes that pass through it. Just through here. Cadet leads you across a covered bridge. the view on either side looking down caverns of lit units. This close to the center of Darkside, the air is warm and the passages are quiet. Here, Cadet smiles. This is the place. She points at a low and wide entrance with storage racks inside. Next door is a smaller unit with a window looking out to the passage. It seems like a workshop, perhaps abandoned or never finished. It's dusty and dark. I've been keeping an eye on it. It's abandoned. She glides inside and slaps a wall pad. Lights flicker on, illuminating a constellation of dust. She floats in the glittering specks. She's gonna start her own business, isn't she? Looks promising? Cadet laughs. Well, okay, look, I know it's a wreck, but it's a start. When we've been on Darkside, I've been coming out here. I just happened across it, but I knew when I found it. I want to start again, Sleeper. She knocks on a metal wall. And this is where I'm going to make that start. What we saw in Hexport, what's left of it, just confirmed it to me. We can't stop Zenitstat, as much as we can't stop the war. She runs a finger along the storage racks. What we have what? The drive? Our suspicions? Zenitstat is vast. How could we pin this to them, even if we wanted to? She looks over the workshop. I don't want to think about it anymore. I want to start again. I want to work, to ride my bike and courier packages till I fall into my bed at the end of every day with nothing left. Cadet picks up an old corroded tool from the racks. I want to build something here, in spite of everything, in spite of the fact that they could take it all away. Because that's the point. To go on living, without conceding. To go on building, or trying to build, something where we can find it. That's what I brought you here to understand. So you'd know why I'm letting this all go. I understand. You could do the same, you know. Cadet frowns. We don't have to beat ourselves senseless against the truth. My old life is gone. Clearing my name on the far spindle doesn't matter. The Spindlejacks will have forgotten me, but this place? Cadet smiles. It doesn't know me at all. You know where the drive is, what it contains. You know what happened at Hexport. Cadet's eyes shine in the workshop lights. Take it from me. It's yours now. I can't carry this anymore. We should do this together. There's no future in this, Sleeper. Cadet folds her arms. I'll be here, building something. If you want to do that together, then we can, but not this. My travels are over. If you need to find me, I'll be here. Cadet smiles. Thank you for all you've done. I hope you can understand why I need to do this. She turns and disappears deeper into the workshop. You cross the bridge again, Darkside glowing on all sides. You think of the drive, buried deep in some compartment within the Scatteryard's hub, filled with data worth destroying a station over. It's yours now. But you wonder as you cross back through the city, your mind racing. How can all of this end well? New location discovered. Cadet couriers, the fastest in Darkside. Cadet is busy setting up her new courier service and trying to forget the path that brought her here. I mean, I can't say that I blame her necessarily. I mean, she's gone through a lot. We all have. And sometimes you only can fight so much before the inevitability of what you're fighting is just too much. Can't fault her. It's disappointing, it's sad, but still. Okay, that's where we begin the reboot. We're not doing that just yet. We are gonna fill the tank, get our supplies, and investigate Hexport, deal with the drive. So we should go to the Scatteryards. Okay. Let's go. We had just been there earlier. The workshop of Cadet's data scrapper friend is just as the two of you left it. You remember the cycles you and Cadet spent in here poring over that dark data, the strange fragments of the drone mine's protest seeded from the cold code. You find the drive where Cadet told you it would be, in a compartment under the padding of a bunk lined with thick shielding that makes its contents undetectable. As you pull the drive out, the metal cold on your hands, you have a sudden urge to smash it to pieces. This object which escaped Hexport when so many others didn't. When Senetstat, and it was Senetstat, you are sure of that now, decided to cover up what they'd done, they first made sure that this drive would get out, that it would pass to the far spindle and then onward. But something went wrong. Some miscommunication or mistake. That's all it was. A tiny slip and it all fell apart. Now the drive is in your hands instead. You turn it over in your hands. You know the drive contains Conway access codes, control codes, and perhaps more besides. Data of great value. Data that would win a war. You also know you're sick of thinking about it. And yeah, my first thought would be to smash the drive, but the drive is evidence. And I know Cadet said that she's tired of fighting, but I think for the greater good, we're gonna take the drive. You slip the drive into a pocket and close up the workshop. You head back to the rig, and as you do, you turn the drive over in your pocket, unsure what the next step might be. As you glide through the hub, you pass ship fitters and crews, all moving on their own vectors. It feels strange to carry the drive past these people, all of them totally unaware of the threat it might pose to them, to this station. Oh, I know you. You're from the first game. You've got the dice in a hand. Oh, what did I have for his voice? Excuse me. A stranger stops you in the passageway with a hand on your shoulder. Can I ask for your help with something? Their sudden appearance shakes you out of your thoughts. You quickly take your hand out of your pocket, off the drive. You look at the stranger in front of you. He's roughly dressed in a heavy coat, but he's otherwise unremarkable. You could have passed him many times before and not have known. I'm looking for something. He looks over his glasses at you. A little lost drive. Who are you? This matter concerns my client more than me. He leans back a little, his voice calm. So introductions won't be necessary, but the drive belongs to my client and he would be very happy to see it returned. Suddenly, something catches your eye. A set of dice, like those display Star and Stoker. The stranger is playing with them in one hand, turning them end over end in the station's microgravity. What makes you think I have it? My search for the drive brought me to the scatter yards, but from here the trail went cold. That was until you arrived. He pushes his glasses up on his face. Then the trail lit back up again, just like that. The stranger moves his hand in his jacket pocket a little, and you see a shape in there, a box-like impression in the fabric. My client never intended these events, you must understand. One of their other contractors proved to be overzealous in an attempt to conceal their mistakes. The result was the regrettable situation you saw in Hexport. But for all that to be nothing, that would be a waste beyond the original act. Piling insult on injury. The stranger sighs. There is much to be gained in a system desperate for peace. For the war to be ended, and wars tend to end when one side concedes. The drive will win the war? The stranger laughs. Ha! My client will greatly benefit from its retrieval. Any more is hard to judge without seeing the provenance of the data. Only a few possible futures remain for the belt. My client will facilitate one of the better ones, and that is why I am here. But if you need additional persuasion, I am authorized to offer you 300 cryo as a reflection of your efforts. The stranger smiles again, his tone never straying from its business-like calm. I think I gave him that accent, I don't remember. Now, Can you return my client's device? Or drive? The stranger's hand shifts in his jacket pocket. You have the feeling that this is not a choice you can deny. Ooh, do we give him the drive or do we break the drive? You know what? Hold on one sec, guys. I need to rewatch the Citizen Sleeper series real quick and get some context. One moment. Okay, so this is Castor, who was from the first game and works for Senetstat. And if I recall correctly, in the original game, had the ability to stun me. So, I'm wondering if it may be best to go ahead and break that drive. Let's do it. You grip the drive in your pocket so hard the casing starts to crack. You see the stranger's eyes flash a warning. You dash the drive against the metal wall of the passageway, splintering into 1,000 shards that pepper the two of you with cuts and scratches. The stranger shakes his head. A regrettable decision. You hold yourself ready, expecting a retaliation. But it does not come. The stranger simply turns and clunks away down the passage, not willing to waste another word on you. Your transaction is complete. You head back to the rig, and as you do, a weight lifts with each corridor, each junction. As you board the transit shuttle that will take you to Marco's yard, back to the rig, you think of Hexport and what is left of that place. You'll never forget what happened to the station, but you'll not let it steer your future. Cadet refused to be sucked into that web of secrets, and now you refuse too. There'll be no account of Senetstat's crimes. There'll be no reckoning. But there will be a life outside of the future they want for the belt. You know it. Stranger danger. Refused to hand over the drive from Hexport. Major drive upgraded 2 upgrade points. Well, that's nice, but we are officially done with drives. So, let us go ahead and... Actually, we'll double check one more time. They're still out of bounds. Let's head to Darkside. Let's wait a few cycles for Cadet to get her business off the ground. And then see what that is, and if nothing else is done, it's time for the reboot. And we'll probably have another glitch when it's all said and done. We'll have like 3 glitched dice. So it basically just gives you a timeline like, hey, life's going to be unpleasant for you. Okay, Cadet's couriers. Oh, Cadet is short-staffed and happy to lend you an air bike to take packages all across Darkside. Dispatch shift. Cadet's dispatcher can't do every cycle, so she welcomes the help for directing riders and packages. You know what? For old time's sake, let us go ahead and get some cryo. Help Cadet out a little bit. Yeah. Alright, guys. Well, I think it's time. Begin reboot. You need to be rebooted to have any chance of surviving, but the outcome is unclear. This step will mean big changes, no matter what happens. You wait outside the shop where Bliss is set up, and turn Seraphin's silver coin over in your hands. You're ready. You turn Seraphin's coin over and over in your fingers as you stand in Flicker Row, crowds pushing past on their way to whatever future awaits them. Your fingers glide over the worn metal, as you imagine Seraphin's have, Tala's have, in moments of anticipation. Perhaps others, before the coin came to Tala's, have repeated the same ritual, the same nervous routine. But their fingers were human, born, not made. This intrusive thought makes you slip the coin into a pocket quickly, as if it had delivered a shock. You hear a hiss, and the door of the shop slides open, revealing Ankita. You see her eyes scan the crowds, almost defensively, before she spots you there and nods in your direction. "Hey, Ankita." She looks around for a moment, then approaches you. She looks tired, but her stubborn ferocity bubbles under the surface. "Bliss is waiting for you." She nods back toward the shop. "Which I guess is why you are hanging around here. Nervous? How are you doing?" She smiles at your attempt to buy more time. "Keeping busy, working with the Exo-Tsubo factions, trying to keep this place stable. Getting on with what I have to do." She shrugs. "I recommend it." Ankita looks away, the signs of Flicker Row reflected in her eyes. "I just remembered I owe you an explanation. I promised to tell you why I wanted a Tsubo out if we managed it." She shakes her head. "I guess I'm not very good with promises." "Why did you?" Ankita is still staring at the signs. "I grew up here, Sleeper. Did you know that?" She doesn't wait for an answer. "After I came to the belt, after Bliss and I..." She pauses, not wanting to say it. "When I had nothing left, this is where I came. And when I got here, my home was gone." She grimaces. "Those Utsubo bastards had destroyed it, strangled the life out of it. I was looking for something to fight for on my own terms. Darkside became that for me." She sighs. "That's all you're getting. Promise kept." Ankita looks over her shoulder. "Look, Bliss wouldn't be happy if they saw me out here chatting with you when you're already late for your appointment." She smiles to herself. "And I don't need more reasons for Bliss to be unhappy with me." She grabs you by your shoulders and steers you toward the shop's entrance. "I'll catch you after. Don't you worry." She pushes you toward the door and then turns away and disappears into the lights of Flicker Row. You take a final moment and then will yourself inside, leaving the glimmering lights and the shifting crowd behind. Bliss is perched at a console. They turn as you enter. "Finally!" They smile weakly. "You were making me think you wouldn't show." "I saw Ankita." "Oh, yes." Bliss looks away. "We're talking again. She has a lot to do and she needs the backup. I don't think Ankita does very well unless she's busy, so it's for the best." Bliss shrugs. "I don't think she'll ever change, but people surprise you sometimes." They smile tentatively. "Anyway, this is not what you're here for. We need to focus on the reboot. I'm sure Seraphin told you, but everything's ready." Bliss gestures to two couches with straps, freshly built connectors, and a bundle of wires on one end. "I hope it'll be comfortable for you both." "Where's Flint?" "Was just getting some air." Flint leads in the open doorway, watching you both. Their pale face looks even more drained of color than usual. Flint comes inside the shop and nods to you. "Let's do this. I'm ready." Flint and Bliss go silent, and the sound of the crowds outside filters gently into the room, mixing with the whine of the air cycler and the hum of the terminals. There's not much more to say. Bliss looks at you both. "Okay. Let's begin." Bliss helps you and Flint onto your couches. You settle there and slide your arms and legs under the straps that'll keep you in place. The connector, with its thick bundle of wires, waves above your head. It's hard not to feel exposed, lying here on your back, anticipating what's to come. It's even harder when the memory of waking up to this very same ceiling, with its bundles of dangling tech and scratch plating, forces itself into your mind. You've been here before. Last time you woke up to fear and panic, woke to a desperate escape and a shattered mind. A reboot interrupted. The thought set you trembling. But then, staring up at the same ceiling, the trembling dissipates. After all, you're back here now. That means you survived this crisis, grew from it. You took the hit and bounced back, unbeaten. All good there? Bliss's face floats into your vision. All good. Bliss smiles. How about you, Flint? You turn your head to see Flint lying beside you, stiff and still. They manage a tight-lipped nod. Looking at Flint staring up at the ceiling, like you were a moment ago, you feel a rush of sympathy. After all, they haven't faced this before, like you have. They're stepping into a future they cannot see. You've been here before. Now, you're just completing the journey. Reach out to Flint. You raise an arm, reaching across the gap between the couches, and your hand touches Flint's. They do not look at you, but they grip your fingers in theirs tightly. Flint's fingers feel different to human fingers. The thick vinyl skin, the repair patches, the pressure of the metal skeleton beneath. You know this is what your touch feels like too, and that recognition is like a connection being made. You close your eyes and feel something flowing between the two of you, a solidarity so embodied that it reverberates within you. I'm connecting you to the terminal. Bliss's voice already feels distant, lost in the noise. You feel the cold click of the connector, the sense of flowing data. I'll be here when you wake up. In the dark, you feel restless. You shuffle your fingers, adjust your position against the couch. It takes you a moment to notice the sound is gone. The rumble of the crowds, the hum of the machines. This detail unsettles you, and so you search for reassurance. You think of Bliss's words, I'll be here when you wake up. You focus on them, on the possibility of waking up, of being somehow renewed. But what would that renewal look like? Your eyes blinking into the lights of Flicker Row, Bliss, Seraphim, and a renewed Flint beside you. But what then? Travel. A line stretching out on a screen, a vector, leading you ever onwards. Why stop now? But how far does the line stretch? What does it encompass? Somewhere else. The belt is just an edge, a stopping off point and little more. A line could be drawn as far as anyone could imagine out here. And why not? The vector does not always know its end. But what to imagine? The distances are so far that your ability to perceive them fails. If this is your future, do you really want it to be the fiction of an escape or something true, something known? There are paths right in front of you. Their apparent nature makes you focus on them. This soft curve of rocks, bridging the edge of the system and space beyond. There's enough here for a lifetime, maybe more, emerging in the shadow of the collapse. But where does the vector terminate? You know what? Probably Seraphim and Oliveira. That's good stuff there. For a long time, you thought Seraphim would run forever, but something changed in him. First in Wellspring, then Oliveira, that haven amongst lifeless rocks. Perhaps that place might orchestrate a shift in you, too. There's a future in that colony, one more fresh and fragile than anywhere else in the belt. It's built weld by weld, refugee by refugee, promise by promise. An image. One such promise, made by Seraphim to Cadence, and returned in kind. A celebration that rumbles through the colony with joy. And in the aftermath, plans are made. ones that will take an eager lifetime to fulfill. What more could you desire than the ceaseless project of building a future for those you love? The thought arrives with the solidity and power that settles your mind. This is what it means to live. Then you feel it, the insistent pulling of a thread, the unraveling of your very self. The reboot comes on slow, an icy seeping into your mind. Little pieces of you flake off in the flow, fading with distance. You hear a voice, Liz's voice, so far away now. You reach for it, stretch your every sense toward its familiar warmth. I'm starting the reboot. It's a whisper into the wind, pulled away from you the moment it's spoken. See you on the other side. All of a sudden, you wish you could make it stop. The incessant entropy of time, the tumbling of rocks through space, getting further apart every cycle, disappearing into the vacuum ahead. The decay of cells, the degradation of code, the corrosion and rot and dust. You wish in this moment to freeze it all, so you might hang on to it, preserve the warmth, the light, the softness at the heart of things. This thought grips you, tears into you like fear. You feel the ice creeping in and know that everything will be lost. If not now, then mere moments away. But then you feel it, impossibly. Seraphine's coin, worn smooth by worry, turning in your hand. Time has been pressed into that coin by hands, by fingers. It is a near infinite record of transient touches, each one shaping it in some small way. It is worn and worthless. It's bent and broken. And it is beautiful in all of those things. And so you press your thumb against it, your crooked, calloused thumb, again and again, because you are a broken thing, and you have nothing left but that brokenness and the beauty that shines through it. And then, somewhere nearby, a button is pressed, and all at once, one thing ends, and something new begins. We're going to credits, aren't we? Oh my god, okay. Oh, that was great. I loved that. You know, a lot of people don't like those kind of ambiguous, open-ended endings, but the first Citizen Sleeper was like that too, so I expected something different, similar here but different, and that just knocked the ball out of the park. Gareth, you are an absolute genius. I jump over the age, like, this team that gets together to make these games. I loved it. I don't know. I didn't think I was very curious because I loved the first Citizen Sleeper so much if I was going to like this one, and I like it just as much. I don't like it more or less than Citizen Sleeper 1. It was a very different journey than the original Sleeper. Being able to go to all of these places, it's like Sleeper learned a different style of lesson while always on the run. These are beautiful games, guys. Like the artwork and the writing, and you tend to think when you're reading stuff, when it gets into those moments of introspection where you're not listening to dialogue necessarily, but kind of going into the character or writer's thoughts, that tends to be at times to be the weakest thing. I think that's the strength of this, is these thoughts, especially that one at the end about the beauty in the entropy and making your mark over time on something that is going to degrade. All of the imperfections, to tell a story too that can be just as beautiful as just generic, standard beauty. And the game is so good, and it's open-ended that there could easily be DLC for this, or Citizen Sleeper 3. I really hope that's the case, because These games, I cannot recommend these games enough. If you know anyone who's like looking for an RPG style experience, but something out of the norm, recommend these games, guys. The Citizen Sleeper series is like really, really special. And I think more people need to be aware of them for sure. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the playthrough. It was a lot of fun, and it's just, I can't wait to see what's next. We did have DLC with the first Citizen Sleeper. Maybe we'll see it here for Starward Vector. Well, we'll have to wait and see, and we'll have to wait and see patiently, or as patiently as we can. But if you guys like possible futures, finish rebooting your frame. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the series. If you like the series, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you in the next series. Later days, everyone.